was raised with my dad and my mom, and I couldn't understand how they could like just leave a little child without taking care of this little child, And I was like hunger. I want to learn. I want to learn something. In that time of my life, I had to make a decision to be a complainer or to be a taking action.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Second Half Chronicles podcast. I am your host, Karami Olson, and I have a guest on today who is really special to my heart. She has been a business coach to me this past year, and she's really, really uplifted me and actually helped me with tools that have shown me where I can go, what I can do, and it's just been a wonderful process working with her so far. Can't wait to continue that relationship. Her name is Francione Neff, and she does some amazing things. So I'm going to kind of click around here and let you know. Francione Neff is the Chief Executive Director of the Hope Foundation for Foster Youth Housing. And in that program, they help foster youth who have been aged out. They age out sometimes at 16, 17, and 18 years old. They help them find housing and get a job, and eventually even they just coach them in their money and all those things. So she's going to tell us a little bit more about that. She's an author. She's got several books on Amazon. Her latest one is Get What You Want from Life Now, Harnessing the Power of Actions, Hope, Imagination, and Desire. So I can't wait for you guys to actually hear from her. She just has an energy about her. And so just take a look and listen. Here's Francione Neff. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Second Half Chronicles podcast, where we celebrate women who are just killing it in the second half of their lives. They have big plans. They're doing big things. They're going after dreams. And it's a little bit later. So we are so excited. Today, I have my beautiful guest here, our coach, Francione Neff. And Francione, why don't you say hi and introduce yourself?
Yeah, so thank you very much for having me here, Karami. So I'm Francione Neff, as you already heard about it. I am life coach. I pretty much help women in the second health, healing the inner child and become the best version of themselves, and learning how to take actions and let the past in the past. I am also executive chief of Hope Foundation for Foster Youth Housing, and our mission and help the foster children aging out of the foster care system have a place to call home and have all the tools that they need to, to drive in this world and to become the best version of themselves and serve the community. I am also an author. I just finished it and published one of my book, Get What You Want from Life Now, which is amazing because it's helping people taking their actions to the next level of their life.
Yes, all of those things. And we will actually dive into some of that here shortly. We're going to talk about your foundation. We're going to talk about your book. You're going to tell us where to get those things, all the stuff. Yeah. Okay. So as you know, this podcast is called Second Half Chronicles. I kind of started out chronicling the second half of my life as I felt like I was just beginning that. And I started that out as a blog, and then I was encouraged to make it into a podcast. Francione was one of the ones who said, yes, make it into a podcast. And she gave me some direction on how to do that as well. Thank you, Francione. So my first question for you, or kind of leading you into, we're going to talk about our first half just a tiny bit, or your first half. So why don't you share either some takeaways from your first half? You can share some lessons learned, or even maybe influences you might have had in your first half. We'd love to hear a little bit about your first half.
Oh, yes. So pretty much, thank you very much for asking this question, Karami. Last week I was talking with a friend of my coaching, and she is just this amazing coach. And she said, Francie, I'm not even in my second health. I'm still feeling that I'm in my first health. And then I was explaining to her my point of view in my first health. So look, Lisa, her name is Lisa. So, you know what? My first health was like preparing myself to become the best version of myself in my second health, right? So I was, as you know, Kermi, I am a foster child. I was not raised by my mom, my dad. I never saw my dad. And at the age of 13, I have to move from one state to another state. You know, in Brazil, I was born in one of the poorest cities in Brazil. Even the poorest city, even though I learned the power of taking actions. So what I would say in my first help me, all the crap things that happened in my first health helped me become who I am today. And so takeaways from my first health is learn how to take actions. Don't be afraid to go to, to go out there and ask for what I need and fight for what I need. And don't be afraid to speak in a second language. There is a lot of people out there, the immigrants, for example, in the United States, they are so afraid to show up. And the most interesting is, and there is people who is native. They speak English amazing, and they are afraid to show up. They have so many skills and gifts that they can do and share to the world and serve the world in the highest level, but they're afraid to show up. In my first health, helped me understand that we should not be afraid. And one thing that I learned is the world was designed to break us. It's designed to break us. However, we are designed to overcome the world. We are designed to be taking action, to learn in the environment, to become the best version of ourselves and serve our community, like you are doing now with your second health. I really identify me in my second health now because I feel more alive. Everything that I learned in my first health with coaches, with my mentors in life, with the books that I read, they it each things that I have learned helped me become who I am now. And one interesting that happened with me in my first health was, in Brazil, huge city, living in the house of somebody, that was not your parents, has so many trauma and emotional needs, and you want to go there and learn. And I didn't have the time and opportunity to go to the university to finish my high school on time. I was like later on doing my high school, but before go to high school, I had to make a decision in my life. I was angry with the whole world. I was angry with my dad and my mom, and I couldn't understand how they could like just leave a little child without taking care of this little child, And I was like hunger. I want to learn. I want to learn something. In that time of my life, I had to make a decision to be a complainer or to be a taking action, and I started being taking actions. I remember the time I was walking the street in Brazil in this huge city called Recife City. Um, and I was walking in yang with the universe and talking with my creator and say, why are you putting me in this world, in this crappy world? And I recall it has this light came inside my head, say, well, everything that's going to happen to you is to help you become the best version of yourself. That moment in time in my life, I made a decision. I said, I'm going to stop complaining and I'm going to start acting. So I said, I can't go to school. Done. I accept that. I don't have money to pay for my education. Done. I accept that. However, I can find books. I can go to public library. I can learn, and that was like the light. And I started learning. And one interesting that happened with me at the time, I found 3 books. One of the Book of Mormon, one of Awake the Giant Within You from Mr. Tony Robbins, and one was the book called Looking for Excellence in Life. So the Book of Mormon helped me be close to God and, understand that there is a creator. If you believe or not, there is a creator, and that's the reason I am here on earth. With Mr. Tony Robbins' book, I learned how to cope with my emotions. And in that book, I learned a lot of tools in how to overcome my poverty. That book start like be my life changing my life. And when I found the book, so it helped me cope with my emotion, helped me learn how to get the things that I want, like money, how to get me to influence people and not be afraid to talk, not be being afraid to ask. And the another book helped me to setting goals that I didn't know how to setting goals, So it's a blast. When I was 17 years old, found those three books in my life, and since that time I started saying, I need to meet Mr. Tony Robbins and tell him how amazing is his book and how grateful I was for knowing that he took action to write the book. It changed my life in the crap moment of my first health, you know. So that's my biggest takeaway from my first health. To end this moment, your question is, I am not afraid to learn. I am not afraid to ask. I am an action taker. I am not afraid to find people. I am not afraid to meet Tony Robbins. I am not afraid to meet anybody. I just go there and move
You're
forward.
Oh my goodness. You know, you said something at the beginning, and since I've had the opportunity to now interview um, a, a couple of dozen people, some people with my blog and then some people with the podcast, several of them have said they've had really hard times in their first half, but they've never regretted any of that, or once they've gotten into their second half, they've realized it set them up for success. They've been happy that those things happen the way they did. So I have now that I'm interviewing more and more people, found a theme in that. And I'm hoping that young people can hear that and pick up on it, because it is daunting when you're young and you're just like hitting against a wall all the time, or nothing's going your way. So thank you for sharing that. Okay. So do you feel like you are headed into the second half of your life, or have started that yet by chance?
Oh, yes, definitely. I am in my second health, and, I have been feeling like more alive. I have been feeling like, what I can say now, I can serve because all the experience, because all the knowledge that I get, all the knowledge that I gained, I can serve more and I can give back. And plus, I can still feeling that I can go farther, farther and farther,
Yeah.
you know.
So what do you have a defining moment that you feel like your second half might have began? Do you happen to have a time?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Moment in time. Um, when I came to the United States, I did is like I worked like crazy to learn a second language and it's still improving. But it was a moment when I had my second son in Preston. I was in the hospital. I was like thinking about what is the next thing? What is the next thing? I have accomplished everything that I want that time. I had a family, my kids. Now I don't need to beg for for money. I don't need to beg for food in my life because that was happening my first health, right? Yeah. And there was a moment that now I have all these articles writing and reading and writing in the website. I have been helping a lot of people. I finished my degree. I finished my master's degree. And then I was in the hospital thinking, now I'm here pregnant, can't move to anywhere. And just, I start thinking about what I should do to give back. And that moment in the hospital, I received a lot of, how you say, how can I say, the best thing is inspiration.
Inspiration.
I received inspiration to go and say, now I am my second health. I have the power to go to the next step. And I have the power to create projects. I have the power to build in a business that's going to serve people in the highest level. And I start writing my next moment of my second health that I felt I am in the second health in my life. I have the tools. I'm prepared to the next level.
That is really cool. I never knew that, by the way. I never asked, I guess. This is the first time I asked. I love it. Um, okay, so you are feeling like you've started your second half. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're focusing on now? Um, just
Okay.
right now. Yeah. Gosh, you have so many amazing projects going. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about those.
Yes, definitely. So the first thing is I am in writing. I just published one book and I have two books almost finished. The first one that I finished is amazing. It's everything about the power of taking action. It has so many tools inside. It has my life experience and when I use the tool to go to the next step and why taking action is important. In this book has like one thing that I really enjoy in it is how you get your actions to the next level. And so I am keeping publishing books, everything that's inside my head, all the knowledge. But that is something that's close to my heart that I am working my nonprofit.
Mhm.
Hope Foundation for Foster Youth Housings. I feel that's my legacy on earth. So me and some of my business partner, we founded the Hope Foundation for Foster Youth Housing, and we are connecting so many people. We actually now we are receiving a very great event donation from TLC Engineer. It's a huge company in the United States, and they are helping us with the Bag of Hope project, which is going to help so many children aging out of the foster care system. A lot of people don't see these kids. They are placed in the foster care system. They go place it house in house. They don't have parents. They are full of trauma, and they don't get the tools that they need to go to the next level. So when they age out of the foster care system with the age of yes 18, sometimes they ask you to age out early with 16 years old. They don't have a place to go home. They
Oh,
don't have the tools. They don't have the financial knowledge. They they don't have nothing. And you know what? I was even talking with one of my friends. Say, do you know how many kids age out of the foster care system in the United States every year? It's about 30,000.
30,000.
30,000.
And so aging out means, okay, we've helped raise you. Now now just that's that. And I think about even our children, our adult children that we're having, my husband's
Mm-hmm.
brother's children and my sister's children, and they're trying to rent apartments nowadays. And with inflation, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
apartment in my area, I mean, cheapest one, I think $2,500 a month, things like that. I can't imagine these 18-year-olds just I mean, having to just like stumble upon and trying to figure this out and all of that. I mean, because now that I have a 24-year-old, like I've been able to kind of help and guide her along to this point. She's very independent, but
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine 18 being like, bye, 16.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yes, just buy. You know what? They go homeless.
my
They
goodness.
go homeless. In the first year, they age out. The second year, they age out. They go homeless. And all they choose to go, to do some things and go juvenile.
Right. They have to do desperate measures, and those will lead them into a really not
Mm-hmm.
a good situation. And it's only
No.
because they've got to take desperate measures to survive.
Exactly. So that's the reason we work with the Bag of Hope. So inside the Bag of Hope, you give them life coach,
Mhm.
therapist, financial coach. You help them work in live in the system, learning how to manage the money, find a job, and for the first 6 months of their life, we help them rent an apartment, and if they're good, very good with financial, we help them purchase their first house.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's a lot of work, and we are building a lot of things, and filling a lot of grants program, and that is like these new companies come to us say, look, there is so many bag of hope there, but no one like yours. That you're really doing something, and it's my baby. I am the mom of all the foster children.
Well, how can my listeners help? Is there something that they can do to help with this or?
Yeah, sure. Go to the Hope Foundation website and look in the social media, get the links, research Hope Foundation for Foster Youth Housing. You're going to have all the links that you need to donate and learn about the project and be a volunteer. If you are a huge company that we are a builder, you want to connect with you want to work with you and make sure you help these foster children become a mommy and dad for those that really need you. Yeah, so the next thing it's about what I'm doing with my coach, Tony Robbins, my mentor, right? Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins. So I met my mentor. He's amazing. And I have been invited to partner with him and Dean Graziosi with this huge project with mastermind.com. And on June 13, we are launch a very great product for you that that's in business that want to learn how to make money and serve people at the same time, because people are a little bit afraid that making money is not a good thing. It is a good thing because you can help and serve others. Without money, you can do anything. And when you can make it happen for you and make and serve those that need. When I mean need, like a businesswoman, a businessman that need learn how to sell the product. We have all the beautiful platform to help it. Now, with more evolution of the technology, everything that you want is going to be inside of mastermind.com platform. And you create it with like this. You can create a coach program with like this. Seconds and send emails to all your audience in seconds. So, this big, huge project that's coming on June 13 with Jean Graziosi, Tony Robbins. We're going to help so many businessmen and businesswomen go, grow, make money, be a source of help to others.
Okay. So I actually, I don't know if you know this, but I am preparing to be a life coach. Well, I think I did tell you this. I think we
Yeah.
talked about it just for, it's, midlife purpose coach. I want to help women find their purpose in midlife because I feel like you lose it. You kind of start out and you're super excited. You're 18, 19 years old. And you're like, I'm going to be this when I grow up. Or maybe you don't know what you're going to be, right? But you're excited. And then when life kind of hits you, or you kind of lose who you are. And so I'm finding that I'm like, I feel like I can find who I am again here in this second half. And I want to help other women do that. And it's very fulfilling and exciting. So I want to start a coaching program.
This is amazing thing because, what people don't know, some of them out there, if somebody maybe is watching us now, is that we feel lost. And why we feel lost is because you're not fulfilled. We feel lost because you don't know what you should be, you would serve. And when you have the tool to help those women that feeling not, look, you are more alive than you think now, your second health. You can do anything now. It is possible. I don't know if you saw in my Facebook, that is my friend, this huge, beautiful woman. She's 75 years old and she working her bodybuilding, and she just went in a competition. And she said, Fran, I found my purpose. I know there is so many women in my age that they're lost. I want to help. And that's what you try to do. If you said, just feel fulfilled, you found yourself. Now you know the reason you are in the second health, because you have to help others in the second health feel fulfilled and find the way, the purpose. Everybody needs a coach. There is no way to live in life without a coach.
So when are you launching that program with Dean Graziani?
We starting like spreading the word in the social media on June 13th. And in the middle of the June, we are launching the program.
Okay. I've had this, and maybe you've had this happen too. People are, because you look very young and you are young still, but I bet some people who are a little bit older than you are like, oh my gosh, you're so young. You haven't even started your second half. You already said that, right? Somebody said you're not even in your second half. It's however you feel, right?
Yeah.
But where do you see, so do you still have a lot of life to live? A lot of life. Is there anything specific over the next couple decades that you see yourself doing? Out of curiosity.
Yes, sure. My nonprofit in 10 years is doing amazing. People are there working. I'm just, what I'm doing right in 10 years from now is actually, it's being a public speaker and, motivating as much, as many as I can.
Mm-hmm.
I wanna die doing this because I know there is people in the whole world that needed to know how worthy they are. And I know my passion is to help people to raise above,
Yeah.
To be there and to shine. Well, everybody has this light inside themselves. They just need to, and shine it.
So public speaking is on the horizon for you, or in the
Now,
future for you.
and I also help my nonprofit. Every time that I speak about, I'm gonna ask you for money to my nonprofit to help you because there is so many kids going to the foster care system now, and hours.
Awesome. Well, this has been such a wonderful conversation. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to share or you want to share with me. I to the point where I have 3 sentence finishers that kind of are the adieu, like the goodbye for my guests that are on my show. Here we go. So I'm going to have you finish this sentence. Okay. The world needs to realize that those in their second half are
capable to do anything.
They need to know that, because I feel there's this research that women, after their kids like leave the home, that they kind of fall down and they're just like not even sure what they're capable of. Yeah. Okay. Second sentence. I'd like to tell everyone in their first half to
go there and conquer the world. Don't be afraid. Take actions. Smile.
And then this is for you specifically. Hands down, in my second half, I will
change people's life by my words and actions.
Awesome. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much for coming on and being here and encouraging me. You guys, she's been a business coach to me. She has shared, I don't know, all kinds of tools with me so that I can do what I'm doing. And I actually have a really cool project that's right around the corner that no one knows about, but she knows about it. And we are so excited to finally share the world, about that soon. So anyway, Francione, thank you from me actually. And thank you from my listeners for sharing all of your knowledge and your expertise. And we just appreciate it.
You're welcome, Academy. Thank you very much for having me. And you know what? You can do anything. And your team is going to serve a lot of people. And people are going to say, thank you so much because we women need what you are building. We need, and I appreciate that you took the actions. You're doing the best that you can. You are here. You are showing up. You are not afraid. And that's what you're supposed to do. And I'm very grateful. Thanks so much for having me in your podcast.
You're welcome. Okay, everybody. So live boldly, love Karami and Francione. Hey there. We're super excited to announce the release of our interactive journal. It's on Amazon. It's called My Second Half Chronicles Journal. You can find it if you just type that onto Amazon. It comes with several pages of discovery exercises with a bunch of journal prompts, 200 writing pages. So the owner can go through a series of exercises. They can write about their second half. They can kind of rediscover themselves, find their inner child. And it's an amazing gift book for someone who might have everything, and they're living in their second half. So check it out on Amazon. Thanks. Love you. Thank you so much for listening today. Please show some love to all of us at Second Half Chronicles by giving us a follow or subscribing, and please share an episode with a friend. It would mean the world. Until next time, live boldly, love Karami.